Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So with the upcoming Legacy of Phrecia event in Path of Exile 1, I've totally crafted a few builds that I'm going to play, but because allegedly it's only going to be a 1 month event, so I don't know how much of this totally crafted build I'm going to play, especially since I'm kind of caught up with something in real life. Anyway, I'm going to share with you guys today four of the build that I'm quite confident with. But again, these are only at theory crafting stage. I haven't do any fine tuning that I'm supposed to do to consider it a completed build. So yeah, just take it with a grain of salt. And also, I'll share the POB link down in the video section later when I post this video. Anyway, the four of them are number one, Facebreaker Ice Crash Wildspeaker. Number two, Rage Vortex Voidforge Wildspeaker. Number three, Smite of Divine Judgement Surfcaster. And finally, number four, Caustic Arrow of Poison Blind Prophet. Okay, let's start with the one that I'm most likely going to play with, to play the league with, which is Facebreaker Ice Crash Wildspeaker. This is because I haven't really played Facebreaker build in a while, so I just thought I'd give it a go after seeing the Wildspeaker ascendancy. Okay, anyway, so Facebreaker, just a short introduction for those who don't know. Facebreaker lets you build your character as an unarmed character, and the most important line in the wait, how do I put this? Let me try this. Okay, anyway, just click it. Okay, the most important line inside Facebreaker is here. More physical damage with unarmed melee attacks. This can roll from 600 to 800, so I recommend you to get it as high as possible. And the challenge when using Facebreaker is to get enough flat added physical damage, because let's say for example at 800% more, one minimum physical attack damage translates to 8, and then 100 translates to 800. So you scale your physical attack damage very high, but it needs flat physical attack damage, which if you have a weapon, basically it's mostly comes from weapon. And the problem with the latest version of PoE is that GG kind of remove most physical attack damage, added physical attack damage from the game, which previously the main source is the skill itself. But in return, they buff the scaling of the skills way high. But it kind of affects Facebreaker build quite a bit. But the good thing about this ascendancy is that here, let me show you. Okay, it has this one, Pack Mentality. Trigger level 20, summon Spectral Wolf on critical strike. And where is it? Okay, summon Spectral Wolf is a skill that summons an allied Spectral Wolf minion for a duration. And the good thing about summon Spectral Wolf is that number one, it lasts for a very long time after summoning. And then if you summon more than the maximum, which is 10 from all source by default, it will refresh the duration of the last wolf summon. And the good thing about this is that it gives a buff for each wolf summon. Where is it? Where's the wording? Not an actual skill gem. Here. Each Spectral Wolf grants you a buff that adds damage to your attack. And at level 20, which is what the ascendancy say, I believe it follows the Crucible version, which says each buff grants 6 to 12 added physical attack damage. So, with 10 wolf as maximum, we're getting 60 to 120 physical attack damage, which I've translated to this custom modifier right here, because I don't want to slot in this jewel in my slot. I transferred everything to this custom modifier section. So 60 to 120 added physical attack damage. As you can see from this build, currently we're sitting at 25 million DPS. If I remove this Spectral Wolf buff, I'm going to sit at 10 million. So this line alone basically makes or break the build. And then what else we have with the Ascendancy? Okay, here I recommend Pack Mentality as your first Ascendancy node. And for your second, either you go Aspect of the Cat and then scaling with this Frenzy and Power Charge, or you go for Primary Instinct first for suppressed spell damage, and then go for Aspect of the Cat and then Frenzy Power Charge. Anyway, Aspect of the Cat gives Aspect of the Cat, and also Aspect of the Cat has no reservation. So basically, solve the you can make your skill to be basically always on all the time. And this line right here, Fearful Symmetry, gives you basically Pharaoh's full body armor, which says gain up to maximum number of Frenzy and Power Charge when you can get cat stuff, and also increase your maximum power and Frenzy and Power Charge. So basically, as long as you're not consuming these charges, your uptime will be pretty much 100%. And finally, Primal Instinct, where it gives a chance to suppress spell damage at 100%. So basically, it gives you full spell suppression. The only downside is that it has minus 15 amount of suppressed spell damage prevented, so it's not as strong as a normal spell suppression. So basically, I'm going to build this character as a Facebreaker build, and then we're using Rigwall's Curse, so that we have our unarmed melee attack to have a base crit chance, so that we can build it as a crit scaling character. And yeah, this POB is pretty much complete already. I've tinkered around with it, and our current stats is that we have 25 million. Sorry, our full DPS is 28 million. This is a Ice Crash build, and then we're not playing with any Warcry exertion, so just continuously clicking the attack skill, which I feel is a much nicer playstyle when you compare with the one using Echoes of Creation. And then total life 5000, effective hit pool as such, 25k evasion, and then we have block and spell block from our shield, replica mist wall, and then 100% spell suppression from the what was it, the Ascendancy node. And yeah, I don't really think there's much complication to be had with this build. And the good thing with Rigwall's Curse is that we can also take these claw nodes right here. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for this Facebreaker Ice Crash Wildspeaker. Okay, next up is Rage Vortex Voidforge Wildspeaker. Okay, so again, we're using basically the same Ascendancy node as the one with Ice Crash, particularly Pack Mentality. This is because we're using Voidforge, which says here, where is it? Voidforge, which has not a very high base attack damage, but it has this line right here: gain 700% of weapon physical damage as extra damage of a random element. So basically, with Summon Spectral Wolf, which gives us just now gives us 60 to 120 added physical attack damage, it almost doubles Voidforge physical damage, which gives us this DPS numbers right here. Currently sitting at 51 million DPS. Sorry, 57 million when you include culling. Anyway, this is basically just a normal Voidforge build. I mean, if you're familiar with it. So we have Admiral's Arrogance, which gives us chance to gain up to maximum rage when you gain rage on hit, and this is because Rage Storm attacks very frequently. Here we're sitting at almost 10 attack per second. So by right, theoretically, a single cast of Rage Vortex should give us the what is it? The maximum number of rage. So you can sustain your rage just from that. And then Yoke of Suffering and Taming and Rislata Call basically buff your physical damage range. Taming and Yoke of Suffering is something that boosts elemental damage based on elemental ailment inflicted on enemy, and because our damage per hit is like 5 million, we're pretty much inflicting every single ailment that we can. Chill, shock, ignite doesn't really matter, but inflicting it is important, and freeze also, of course. And yeah, because this thing basically conceptually is the same as Facebreaker. You take the flat physical damage and then you just kill everything. Anything else I need to highlight? Deep Slam, Reach Vortex. Yeah, I don't think there's much else to say about this one because it's pretty much the same. Oh, sorry. One thing I should also highlight, I probably wouldn't recommend playing this as your league starter unless Voidforge is somehow cheap, which I don't think it's going to be. So definitely not recommended for league start. Okay, up next is the Caustic Arrow of Poison, Blind Prophet. So anyway, I want to play this build as a crit scaling poison character. This is because after I seen Blind Prophet's Ascendancy, let's discuss this real quick right here. Okay, number one, directionless. Projectile have 50% chance to return to you. Projectiles are fired in random directions. This is basically halfway to Nimis, which is very nice. And then, sorry, it starts with Sightless. Where it says base critical strike chance for attack with weapon is 12%. This is huge because if your weapon, for example, starts with 5% and it change your base crit strike to 12%, that's basically a 7% base critical strike chance increase. And because of this huge starting base critical strike chance, for me, it allows a crit scaling character to not use what is it? Ungil's Harmony, which gives a huge amount of increased critical strike chance because our base critical strike chance alone is already very high. You are blind. I'm not sure how is the interaction with Soul of Garukan because here it says you cannot be blinded. I'm not sure which one takes priority. I'm assuming Garukan cannot be blinded, cannot always takes priority over Ken. And even if so taking this Pantheon alone would basically cover the weakness of that ascendancy node, and even if it doesn't, accuracy is not really that much of a problem to solve at the right side of the tree. So anyway, I'm just going to assume it does. So we have high base critical strike chance, and then we use this to pair with Perfect Agony, where it says critical strikes do not deal extra damage, non-critical strikes cannot inflict extra ailment, but damage over time from multiplier from ailment is equal to critical strike multiplier. So you need to basically have cap crit chance and high critical strike multiplier to utilize this node. So and then this one, directionless. Projectiles have 50% chance to return and projectiles fired in random direction. This is basically Nimis, and actually it's better when it's at 50% chance to return to you. This is because when we use Caustic Arrow, based on what I read, when functioning normally, Caustic Arrow only shoots and then the projectile explode in a pool of poison and inflict a hit on the enemy. But when the projectile can return, let's say from using previously Vengeance Cascade or returning projectile, allegedly the projectile will go out and then come back to your character first before it actually explodes. So the good thing, for me, the good thing when we have 50% chance to return to you, meaning, what to say? 50% of your projectile would explode near your character, and the remaining 50% will basically explode where it hits. And the good thing is that the good thing about that is that you can actually stand close enough to the enemy and maybe put down a tornado or something to have your caustic arrow explode. So you turn that 50% into something like a, I don't know, 75% of arrow exploding on you. So you can and the arrow that actually goes out is something that's useful during mapping because it can hit enemies further away from you. And then careless skill fire to additional projectile. This is the prerequisite for this skill is directionless, so you need to have this one also. So it just adds up to your projectile behavior that I covered just now. Basically, we want to shotgun our caustic arrow. And then finally, restless. Enemies near corpses affected by your curses are blinded. Okay, we are cursing the enemy. And then enemies killed near corpses affected by your curses explode. So even though our caustic arrow explodes near us, 50% of them explodes near us, the other enemy will explode, and the physical damage will change to chaos damage because we're using unholy might. And then basically this allows us to cover the weakness from directionless to improve our clear. So basically it's a pure attacking character. Anyway, that's the gist of the idea behind this build. And we're using combo of Ralakesh Impatience and Olisha's Delight for high damage over time effect. And currently the character is sitting at, okay, sorry, we're at 11 projectile count, and then I'm assuming we're maybe going to be at 7 overlapping caustic arrow pool based on the description behavior that I covered just now. I'm assuming, even if we just take purely 5, half of the projectile to explode near us, where we're not really using the behavior of like standing right besides the enemy, we're still at 24 million. And yep, pretty much. So yeah, this is basically the caustic arrow of poison. If you can see here, our crit chance we scale using 12 as our base, so it's pretty much very easy to cap our crit chance. And then our dot multi is 373 from our critical strike multiplier. Our monster explosion on kill also have good scaling because we have 170% of sorry, let's just take the damage right here. It has almost 500% increase damage, and then 32% more damage. So yeah, that's going to help our clear by a lot. Main key point we need to take is here, overwhelming malice, because it allows us to gain unholy might for 4 seconds on critical strike. And the good thing about unholy might, let's see. The good thing about unholy might is that it now has 25% chance to inflict wizard on hit. So aside from 100% physical damage to convert it to chaos damage. So with the amount of attacks that we are giving out, I'm pretty sure we're going to cap that wither stacks very, very easily, because our attack rate is 8.43. So a single shot can inflict 7. So 8 times 7, we should be hitting the enemy around 49 times per second. So yeah, wither shouldn't be an issue. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for Caustic Arrow of Poison, Blind Prophet. And finally, we have Smite of Divine Judgement, Surfcaster. I actually built this character as a trickster in the previous league, And since I saw Surfcaster and like I don't know how quite easy it is to play, how quite easy it is to combine all the effects of the ascendancy. I just basically did some minor tweaking to my previous trickster build. So basically, this is a Smite of Divine Judgement Surfcaster. Okay, so we'll go over the ascendancy real quick. Okay, we have here 100% of lightning damage converted to cold. So our Smite of Divine Judgement basically converts everything to cold damage. Your cold damage can shock. So we're now inflicting chill, freeze, and also shock. Then glacial wave. Enemy chill by your hits lessen their damage dealt by half of chill effect. So 50% less damage taken right there. Enemies chilled by your hits have damage taken increased by chill effect. So chill effect is 30% maximum. So that's like another shock is like 50%, and then chill by your hits taken by increased chill effect another 30%. So yeah. And then Ghost of the Deep. You are touched by tormented illegal fishermen, granting damage, attack, cast speed, and movement speed. This is just a good all-rounder node. I'm not sure how it's going to interact with Fairgriff's Tricon, which allows you to be touched by the tormented spirit. I'm not sure if it's going to give you that big onslaught or not. So I'm not using it at the moment. And then finally Celix just for cold resistance, and then cold and lightning resistance, and then overcap lightning, overcap cold. This fourth ascendancy is not really something I've decided yet at the moment. So you can actually pick other things also. I'm just debating what other things I should pick other than Celix. So anyway, it's not really critical for this character. You can change it to your liking. So we're stacking lots and lots of lightning damage, which is converted 100% to cold. Why is this physical? Why do I have physical lightning? Oh, okay, Smite of Divine Judgement. Okay, we're using Rakiata's Dance to invert enemies' elemental resistance, and then basically this is just a strike build that is also using what is it? Chaos Inoculation. And currently I'm kind of sitting at very low energy shield. I'm also debating how to balance this energy shield right here, if I want it to be higher, or what I'm going to sacrifice, things like that. Anyway, we're using Soul Ascension for Soul Eater stack. We're using Owl's Uprising for Wrath Has No Reservation, and then the rest are just good rest. This is the skill tree. Yeah, nothing much to say because it's just a simple Smite of Divine Judgement build. Maybe some of the stuff I can still like sacrifice if I want to have a higher energy shield. So the energy shield would have Leech from the skill gem, Energy Leech, and it will also have regen. Where is it? Regen from the body armor, where it says regenerate 150 energy shield per second while a rare or unique enemy are nearby. So yeah, just something I just some short conversion that I did from my previous trickster to Surfcaster, because Surfcaster is like a very easy ascendancy to work with. But I don't think I'm going to play this one because somehow I think like everyone else is also playing Surfcaster. So I'm going to venture guess things like Rakiata's Dance are going to worth quite some currency in this event. And that's it for my 4 theory crafted build for Legacy of the Phrecia event. Again, I'm going to share the POB link in the video details down below. Feel free to look around and then play around with it. But again, this is only at a theory crafted stage, not something that I actually tested myself. This is something based on what I know only. I haven't even opened Path of Exile 1 to test some of the stuff that I could verify, is because I'm kind of busy in real life at the moment. So yeah, I'm probably going to play Facebreaker Ice Crash again, because this is something that I can transition to Rage Vortex Voidforge. If I don't feel it's good enough or what. And then my second build, I'm probably going to be play a Caustic Arrow of Poison Blind Prophet. So feel free to look around, and then if you have any question, feel free to ask. I'll answer it to the best of my ability. But again, as I really want to emphasize, everything is just Torycraft from me. So, but I'll still entertain whatever question you have if you post it down in the comment section down below. That's it. Thank you very much. Bye.